Luke. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
A friendly British face here on Saturday morning.
Yes, pretty chilled.
You're my first official date today, so Korg have got a bunch of stuff, and one of the big ones, obviously, is the Kronos. I mean, Kronos has been around a long time. It's a big flagship product for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's been around since 2011, believe it or not. That's when it first came out. So, yeah, quite a lot of years, and it really became the industry standard kind of live gig and keyboard for many years. And we had several iterations of it. So we had the original Kronos, we had the Kronos X, the Kronos 2 in sort of 2014, 15. And then suddenly we did have to discontinue it a couple of years ago because of component shortages during COVID and some regulation issues we had with the power supplies and things. So yeah, we're just happy to have it back now.
So what's new? I mean, obviously, is this a new case? Because I'm not familiar with the original. So.
Yeah, so this is a new case. It's an all black look now. So the Kronos 2, which was the previous model, was a similar kind of finish to this, but it had different end cheeks, so it was more of an oak kind of colour. Whereas these are still wooden end cheeks, but it's black now. So we've gone for this sleeker look, making it all black. So that's the visual difference.
And what about inside? I mean, because obviously a lot of times pass by.
Yeah.
I guess DSPs become more affordable, storage, all that kind of stuff. So what have we got going on?
So that was one of the reasons we had to discontinue it, because we couldn't get some of the components anymore, and also those shortages.
You couldn't buy storage small enough.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah. So now we're in a position where we can source new parts for it. So we've replaced the motherboard, so it runs much quicker and smoother. We've doubled the size of the SSD inside, so it was like 60 gig, and now it's 120. That's with the new motherboard, it's meant as well that the screen is much more responsive and quicker.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember the first iteration was quite. I mean, the touchscreens were a bit laggy back then.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't necessarily a Korg thing. But
that's the thing, yeah. And over the years, I think that did improve, and the Kronos 2 was still pretty good, but this is quicker still. So. For instance, when you're in your set list, it's just really nice and quick to select your sound,
isn't it? Yeah.
And one of the big things about the original Kronos was this set list, because that was a kind of industry first, and also the smooth sound transitions between
you got
sounds.
overhang.
Yeah. So, and that's become more common now with in the industry, but. Obviously, this still has that as well. It's the OG. It's the OG.
Or the OK.
Yeah. No, the OG.
Okay. OK. Yeah. So I guess any updates to the sound engine and stuff? I mean, obviously there have been more piano sampled and whatnot.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the original, again, one of the big things about it was it had the 9 engines. So you had 9 specific engines for different kind of groups of sounds, if you like, and that remains. So we've added more sounds into those engines. So a new piano, a new electric piano. And lots of new sample-based sounds as well, things like big orchestral sounds and some more kind of modern sounds as well to bring it up to 2025, really.
So I noticed in terms of ins and outs, there's a whole bunch. There's 6 outputs plus SP diff. I mean, there's and inputs. I mean, you've got
inputs as well.
Designed for stage, obviously, right?
Yeah, that's right. And you've got inputs for sampling. It's got a fully blown sampler in here. You can do multi-sampling. It's also got a sequencer as well, 16-track. MIDI sequencer, 16-track audio sequencer, which records straight to the SSD.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a fully fledged workstation.
So go on, I heard you playing a piano earlier. Let's have a couple of sounds.
Yeah, let's just go through a couple of the new sounds, shall we? So we've added the Italian piano into the Kronos, which hasn't.
Fazioli, maybe.
You could say that. Italian F. So yeah, if you want to surmise that. Down the octave. And of course, you've got your graphical interface where you can edit the sound,
and close the lid,
which is really nice. And that's where the engines come into play, because depending on what instrument you're on, then it'll change. So if you're on an EP, for example, you'll be looking at that kind of graphic.
Right. Okay. That's nice. nice.
And there's lots of sound designers who've developed sound libraries over the years for Kronos. There's a big library online which you can, download and buy. So we've taken the kind of cream of some of those and put them into the new Kronos 3 as well. So for instance, I'll give you a couple of examples. We've got a whole bank of these. So we've got things like these new string sounds.
Well, that's nice.
Which is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Got a real growth to it. What about, has the keyboard been updated? Have we got aftertouch and stuff like that on
Still
this?
got aftertouch, channel aftertouch, but it's the same keyboard as the original Kronos. And there's 3 models, of course: the 61 non-weighted, and then behind you there we've got 73 weighted, and then the 88 weighted on the end. So there's 3 models as there was before.
Do you have any pricing information, or is that putting you on the spot?
We've got rough pricing, which will be, funnily enough, it's going to be in line with when the original Kronos came out. So
Okay.
it's actually going to be a good price. So we're looking at, I think in the UK, around 2,599, I think, for the 61, and around £3,000 for the 73, and a little bit more than that for the 88. So
Right, okay.
So it's pretty good prices.
Nice. I heard you play a really nice orchestral patch earlier. Could you find that? Because that sounded really
Yeah,
impressive.
there's this really nice combi. Let's me find it for you.
I could see that is really responsive now. That's really
It is
nice.
pretty. Yeah, it's quick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's massive.
It's happening. Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Luke, thank you so much.
Let's go. No worries.